are you? Today we are going to learn on economics, and under economics we have we are going to learn about the definition, the terms in the economics, and also the division of labor. You're going to start, what is economics? In most cases I've given you the economics. We are talking about economics is a social science. When we talk about social science, social means the people, or the people who are in the society. That's why we are saying it's an act of human activity according to which individuals cooperate with each other to satisfy their basic needs. What are some of the basic needs? Those are the food, shelter, and the clothing for these people. But in most cases, when you talk of the basic needs, you can never be satisfied with these needs. Let's take an example of clothing. Even if you purchase one cloth today, tomorrow you still need another. That's why we are concerned about the characteristics of economics. We are saying unlimited wants. That means even if you're able to purchase one today, tomorrow you still need another one. And then in terms of the food, even if you're able to take food in the morning, you still need another type of food during lunchtime and evening. That's why we're talking about unlimited wants. You cannot be satisfied. The moment you're satisfied with one of them, you will still need, you think of the next one. It can either be food, the shelter, or the clothing. And then we talk of scarce of resources. The resources cannot be enough for the entire society, or of the people of the whole nation. It cannot be enough. But at the end of the day, when we talk of economics, we want to ensure that the resources which are available should be enough for the people of the society. And then I was able to give you the NB. That is, its objective is to allocate scarce resources in such a way that the maximum satisfaction may be achieved. That means we want to ensure the maximum satisfaction between the resources which are available in the nation and the number of the people or the population of that nation, so that it can be enough. Let's take an example of employment. When you talk of employment, you cannot say the entire nation will be employed, but you have to ensure that at least a certain percentage are employed. They have income. Even if you are not employed, you can still get the income from other sources. And then the next part, we talk of the terms of economics. Those are the terminologies which we normally use in economics. For us to understand this, an example when we talk of wants, those are basic needs. It can either be food, basic needs, those are the food, shelter, and the clothing. And then we have the secondary needs. Even if you have food, shelter, and the clothing, we have the secondary needs. Those are the extra needs for your own comfort. Let's take an example of, we talk of luxuries and a comfort. When we talk of the comfort, we need, maybe you need a vehicle, maybe the land, and all those for your own comfort. And then we have others such as luxuries. When we talk of luxuries, it's not a must that you have them. But if you are in a position to acquire them, you can do so. But I know it will not be enough for the entire population. But if you are in a position to, that is okay. Another term is wealth. When we talk of wealth, how will you be able to know that this person is poor or has enough wealth? When we talk of wealth, those are the stock of goods or the physical goods and or things you can be able to see. An example of the assets. Let's take an example of a land and other goods that you have. That you will be able to compare maybe those people, the standards of the people. The next one, we have the goods. And under the goods, we have perishable and non-perishable. When you talk of perishable goods, those are the goods which cannot last for a longer period of time. An example, take an example of, let's say, tomatoes. We have flowers and all those, which means it cannot take a long duration of period before it is being consumed. And I've given you an example of tomatoes and other products. When we talk of non-perishable or durable goods, those are the goods like maybe the cereals, maize, beans, all those. That means you can store for a longer period of time before it expires. That means you can stock maybe for the whole year or more than 1 year. And then another one, we have the choice. Choice, that means wants of a higher priority or the needs of a higher priority. Let's take an example. If you want to talk of the basic needs, which one are you going to start with? We have the food, shelter, and the clothing. And then if you want for your own survival, maybe you can start with the food and maybe the clothing. Still, even if you need all those, there are some which you have to prioritize. Which comes first, and then you'll be able to add the others. And then you go to the division of labor. The division of labor, that is another section under economics. When we talk of division of labor, that means how are we going to share the activities in our nation, or even in a company, an institution, how are we going to share? In the division of labor, we are saying it's the process of production which is split into simple parts, and each part is taken by an individual worker who are specialized in production of specific area. Let's take an example. If you are specialized in engineering section, that means you'll be able to do the engineering section. We have another one who is concerned with maybe management section. We have those who are maybe able to do their work in different sections. That means each person will be able to do his or her own activity depending on his or her own specialization area. And then apart from that, we now want to know what are some of the advantages and disadvantages. When we talk of advantages, if we are going to separate maybe several sections depending on the specialization. What are we going to gain as an institution, as an individual, and at the end of the day, we want to get the profit out of our product that we are able to sell or we are able to produce. So the first one is spirit of cooperation. We'll be able to cooperate. Let's take an example in our industry. We have maybe 7 sections or 5 sections, and each person will be able to do his or her own part. So we are going to cooperate. That means the first person will be able to do the first section and then followed by the second up to the 5th section. Another one, we talk of monotony of work is avoided. You are not going to do a specific work at all times, because as you continue, you'll be able to learn something new in that field that you are conversant with. That means you will not be able to be idle, or it cannot be monotony, because you'll be advancing each and day in, day out. And then you have higher production. If we are able to cooperate, as we are able to do our work as a team or as a group, we'll be able to produce high product. Let's say if you're able to do it as an individual, maybe you can produce 10 to 5 bags of the goods. But if you are doing it as a team of 10 or more, you'll be able to get more products. And then another one, we talk of the low cost. When we talk of low cost, we talk of no duplication. That means if you're in the production section, we'll have maybe one person in the production section. Machines that will be purchased will be used in one section. That means you can purchase maybe one machine instead of having several machines or several people doing the same work. At the end of the day, we'll be able to avoid duplication. And then another, we talk of simplified training. Simplified training, that means you'll be able to be trained on more work concerning your specific area or specific field. Another one, we talk of satisfaction of workers is a team. You will be satisfied because you'll be able to enjoy your work, or you'll be able to enjoy the activity that you are doing. That's what we are talking about, concern on the satisfaction of the workers. And then we still have some other advantages which I was able to post in your notes. And then you go to the disadvantages. What are some of the disadvantages if we are going to do our work in a group? The first one is lack of job pride. Let's take an example. I was able to identify a certain work or a certain product, and we are able to purchase or we are able to produce. At the end of the day, we'll be talking about a certain company has done a certain activity. That means they are not going to concentrate on the individual person who was able to come out with that product. Another one, we talk of lack of responsibility. Let's take an example. We are using a team of 5 people. In case of maybe a machine is broken down, or maybe we are able to produce low product or low quality product, we will not be able to have a person who is reliable or responsible for that activity, because you are doing it as a team. Another one, we talk of monotony. That means because you are doing the same job for a longer period of time, or you are doing it repeatedly, all the time you will be able to repeat. And then the other one, we talk of too much interdependent. That means if you are an expert in let's say an engineering section. If you are not there and the other members normally rely on you on that section, it will be a challenge to produce the end product because they are depending on that. And then apart from that, I was able to send you the notes. Maybe you'll be able to go through and then you revise. In case of any challenge, you can let me know. Thank you.